Hello everyone, welcome to today's podcast. So today we are going to see a very interesting thing. So how the thing is going to be interesting, that we are going to talk about. So because today we are going to talk about the Pinterest, the use of Pinterest in brand marketing and brand development. So as you know that we have been developing multiple brands since the last 2 years, and we have been focusing on only and only expert brand building. So when it comes to brand building, we have various aspects that we study, like the appearance of the brand, the sales of the brand, and the image of the brand, and the reconciliation value of the brand. So everything should be proper and perfect and on their place. So once we are studying all those aspects, there is a very important aspects in which comes under the appearance of the brand, and that sometimes many people miss that thing, but which is very important in building up a successful brand. That comes up with the social media appearance. The social media appearance is as important as anything else in brand development and brand building. So now as the youth, like if you see, a lot of people know what is the importance of social media in brand building, and how social media can help you to skip a lot of steps which comes as a difficulty in brand building. As well as social media is the new king of all things, because social media has the power to do anything in this era, in this beautiful era, because social media helps you to present anything beautifully in front of your customers. Okay, so there's a lot more boasting about social media. So now we are going to move on directly on talking about how Pinterest can help you to develop a great brand, and a brand which will look professional, standard, as well as it will have their aspects to work with the company, like how a company works and how a brand works. These two things are totally different. Okay, so you have to make sure that you differentiate these two things properly. So now if I say about building up a brand, so first of all, it's not just about making a good logo and making a good website and placing it on different types of mediums or medias. Okay, so it comes with a different type of customer service also, so that we will be speaking about in our next podcast. So stay tuned with the next podcast as well, if you are a brand owner or if you are a brand marketer who is working for the development of brands. So now we are talking about the Pinterest, use of Pinterest. So recently we discovered one beautiful thing about Pinterest, that Pinterest is giving a great result. So if I'll just give you an example. So right now in India, if you think like there's a festival, okay, let's take out as Navratri. Okay, so you can see like Navratri is coming like within, I guess, 1 month. Yeah, the 1 month is the time for Navratri. So if you go on Google search, keyword research thing, or if you go anywhere, like you go on SEMrush, you go on Google Trend, so you will find a trend, just taking off or taking a bit of speed for this type of keywords, like Navratri outfit ideas or Navratri fashion ideas. Okay, so these are the things that are getting a little bit of support to from the search results. Now if you go on Google and search for Navratri outfit ideas, you will find Pinterest link coming on the fourth or third number in terms of ranking. So Pinterest is a website, Pinterest is a place where the domain authority is very high compared to your personal website if you check it on Google by anything, because Pinterest is something which is spending a lot of money, time and efforts on building up a domain authority, and a lot of people are working on Pinterest. So the content on Pinterest is something which is, yeah, it is very good compared to the other contents which we are putting on Facebook. Like if you check out Facebook's thing, if you search on Facebook Navratri fashion outfit ideas, you will find a lot of immature kind of designs as well, immature kind of products as well. And there are brands which, they're just local brands, they don't have any kind of branding, they are just selling any kind of t-shirt or whatever they want to sell. But in Pinterest you will find a qualified, you will find a refined and precise audience for your product. So once you get that type of audience, your task become easy to scale up your business. Now if you have a standard brand, if you have a great brand which you want to present in front of your customers, in front of your qualified customers, I would preferably say this, qualified customers. So you need to get a few things. the number one thing is you have to be there where your customers are. Now if you own a qualified brand, a good brand with a good standard, so basically I think you will get your customers on Pinterest, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. So these are the platforms where you get your customers. Now Facebook is little bit outdated. See, I'll not be that sweet and melodious Vishal speaking not the truth, but yeah, I would like to say a few true things, that Facebook is now outdated for so many standard audience. They are no more using Facebook. They are not at all interested in using Facebook. People are more interested in using Twitter more than Facebook. So you have to find out these things, that where the audience is. The audience of Pinterest is great audience, is a great set of audience. So if you have that Pinterest audience on your website or on your brand's portal, then I can bet you that you are going to crack the best sales ever. Because see, now we are seeing that there's a very great boom of Pinterest. People are preferring Pinterest for international ideas, for international look, for international anything. People are preferring Pinterest over any other social media blogs and articles, because they are getting a real image on Pinterest, and which they can follow. They don't have to read any article or something else. So now what happens when you get a knowledge within a picture, which is captured into a picture? This is not just for fashion industry. If you have any brand like cosmetics or a tea brand or something like that, FMCG product, whatever. So now if you have an image to represent your brand, just think about it. What are the things you can add in that image, in that single image, to give a different type of feel to your customer, to explain different things to your customer? Now why I'm preferring Pinterest over anything? Because Pinterest is something which has a great type of audience, which I already told you. Now the second thing, the pins which you are uploading on Pinterest, that is arranging your profile in such a way that you can easily find a few pins or designs whatever you are posting on Pinterest. Suppose I'll just give you an example. You will get an option of how many views your pins have got. Okay, now it becomes easy for you to understand, okay, if this much people are seeing my pins and this much people are reposting it or whatever, okay, how this much people are liking it, this much the clicks I'm getting. And let me tell you one thing, all these analytics you are only going to get if you have Pinterest business account. So make sure you have one. So all these analytics you will get it for sure, but you have to make sure first thing that you have a Pinterest business account. Now once you have a Pinterest business account, you have to make sure that everything with whatever you are posting on your profiles, okay, that is very high quality content. Because as I told you, you are going to get high quality audience on Pinterest. The audience quality is very much high. There's a very standard audience on Pinterest. So now if you don't have a good quality of content, then it is for sure that you're not going to survive on Pinterest. Because Pinterest is something which is giving standard content to standard audience. Now if you don't have a standard content, then you will not be able to capture the standard audience as well. So this is a very common balancing thing. This is a common sense thing, that you need to have a standard content, a standard product to get that standard customer. So if you don't have one, please don't come on Pinterest. Okay, this is not something I'm blocking your access. You're always welcome to go on Pinterest, because this is not my platform. You can do whatever you want, but the thing is, whatever you are doing, it should give you a productive result. So if the task which you are doing is not productive in terms of sale or in terms of brand building, see, when it comes to brand building, it's not always about sales. Okay, it's about the user experience. If you got 10 sales, and if among them like you are getting 6 RTOs, that is a very bad brand development. But if you are getting 5 sales and there is 0 RTO, then it is a very good brand development. So you should get the fundamentals, how a brand is built up, how a brand works, and how brand building works. So this is a very different concept of working out. You will get all the things on this podcast. If you are not following us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, wherever, if you're not following us, make sure you follow us. Okay, so right now in this podcast today, I just wanted to discuss about the importance of Pinterest in brand building. So in the next podcast, which is the part 2, I'll be talking a little bit more things about Pinterest brand building, and I'll be telling you something more about how a brand is built up on Pinterest and how you can also build up a brand on Pinterest. Okay, so this video was just a glimpse for Pinterest, how you can start building up a brand on Pinterest and you can get onboarded. So make sure you watch the second part of this podcast as well. See you in the next podcast, gentlemen and ladies as well. So see you in the next podcast. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a very nice day.